Thank you, Madam President. Dear colleagues, Europe, this organization, our nations, will only have a democratic future if we stick to the rule of law and if international conventions aren't used against the people, as it's often the case with asylum and the refugee procedures. This report demands human rights compliant asylum procedures. What it actually means is a borderless open door policy, free access to any territory for anyone, and procedures taking many, many, many years to make sure they stay. Whereas the citizens have to suffer through a rise in crime and the deterioration of our schools, our infrastructure, of what they feel was home. And every time someone complains, human rights are cited against him incompletely, as in this report. Finally, it comes down to the question, is it against the human rights to prevent a stranger from entering our country? And this report clearly says yes. It references the right to liberty, to a fair trial, even the Geneva Convention, Article 31, which says that no refugee should be penalized for entering a country illegally. But the true answer is no, because the same article in the Geneva Convention limits this right to enter a country illegally to those people coming directly from a territory where their life or liberty is in danger. There is even a provision in the European Convention on Human Rights, Article 5, paragraph 1F, that says that people can be detained if they try to cross the border illegally. A migrant has to prove his refugee request. So we need to finally distinguish illegal migrants from refugees. Mainly only claim refugee status, but are no refugees to gain access to our countries. So the question is absolutely paramount. Are they coming directly from a territory where their life or freedom are in danger? That may be the case for most Ukrainian refugees, but it's clearly not for most people coming from Afghanistan or Sudan, which is at least 10 countries away. And if you pay $10,000 for a smuggler and wait for weeks to have a boat, you're not coming directly from an unsafe territory. If you show up at the German border with Austria, coming from Austria, you're not coming from an unsafe territory. Austria is safe. We have a figure of more than 1 million people applying for asylum in Europe annually. And we need to finally make this distinction. And what is especially making me furious is that this report complains about asylum being regarded as an emergency procedure. Well, of course it is. It's the essence of asylum that the refugee has no other choice than to breach the border and to overrule the country's sovereign decision of how it wants to live because of his personal situation. As soon as migration is a choice, it's not asylum. So please, in order to preserve democracy, in order to preserve the rule of law, read the conventions the way they were meant, not against the citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kleinwachter.